Hello people, ever had those teammates? You know, the ones constantly dying when there's a medkit right in front of them? Well, afterwards you kinda got to revive them and all of that, but guess what? The very same zombies that killed them is now gonna kill you. Well, don't worry, today's build showcase is the Survivor. A build focused on keeping others alive while being able to tank a ton of damage in the process. Anyway, first of all, its loadout. It can use any weapon, however there are two guns that I use with this loadout that you can too. The Remington 700 is by far my most used gun with Survivor. It is a scopeless sniper rifle with high damage and little to no mobility issues. However, make sure your shots count. The Honey Badger, which is my favorite gun by the way, is one of the best weapons for this build. It allows the user to run while aiming if swapped to the tactical foregrip sight. Very great for a support to survive by outrunning the zombies. Now on to sidearms. You can pretty much use any sidearm, but I use AM1911 for its heavy damage potential if you land all headshots. You can use any helmet, but always use light vest. You will need that mobility as a survivor. I don't use the helmets because they look goofy, not going to lie. Use medical box, always use it as this loadout depends on its health resistance buff. Here are survivor skills. However, if you are below level 100, I advise you get Revive Endurance, Helping Hand, Medical Care and Healthy Regen first to become a medic. After you can focus on the other skills in order of all combat medic skills, then crowd control before getting to the other stuff. Now you've seen the loadout. It's time to see it in action. This is a Apocalypse difficulty diner match. In other difficulties you can use Survivor more aggressively in terms of saving people. In this match I was way more careful because holy moly, these zombies will maul you so fast. The crowd control skills will come in very handy in this match. Higher difficulties. Zombies tend to spawn way more, so the Peacer and Ricochet really help. Oh well, early game is gonna take quite a while, so I will cut to mid-game / end game where all the exciting stuff happens. Normally you could tank it on easier difficulties, but here it's way too dangerous. Just showing this part as an example. So to revive this guy, instead I lured the zombies out and my teammate broke them up into groups, allowing for our teammate to get revived. Oh yeah, to change your sights you can press T. Use your sights when you are roughly 25 studs away from a zombie and need to save on ammo. Otherwise go crazy with it. Anyway, I'm going to cut this footage again to mid-game since this can be very boring to many. We're in mid-game now and my teammate is down. Remember to grab light armor. It really helps. That was from probably one singular mistake. And boom! He's downed. Oh yes, since Survivor doesn't really have Bandolier, you'd have to rely on map spawns for some parts of the match. Most of the time these are untouched and left to collect dust. My team was smart enough to make use of them, however. See how great we're doing? Let reality hit in. Sometimes if they are AFK it may not be best to revive them. However, overall you should try to. You get 100 points per revival. And just like that, you saved the team from dying completely once, revived over 10 times and more. Now it's time for the end. This is probably the most dangerous part as zombies are buffed by 25% and on such a high difficulty. You might as well pray that no bulwark spawns right as the car is ready. Going to skip a bit more. And there's the bulwark right as the car starts. Right as my team starts to die out again. And just like that, the survivor survives. Anyways, hope you enjoy the video and see ya.